Well, true to the letter of my law, if not the intent, I am recording a weekly blog on Sunday before the end of the week for as far as this blog is concerned. I will have to post it a day late, unusual for what I've done so far. What's happened is I had a funeral the weekend before. Then this weekend I had a wedding and nieces and nephews in from out of town. And then way more schoolwork than I've had any single week this quarter. Of course, we're coming to the end of the quarter, so I had a research paper due that I just turned in 10 minutes before it was due. So win, score, if I get a good grade, which I should, I covered all the bases. I wanted to talk a little bit about something I had mentioned last week, and I forgot what it is because this week at the wedding, something happened that probably wouldn't have upset me before, but probably should have upset me more before I started this journey. What happened was, I was at the wedding of a good friend of mine, and some other things went awry due to some people. The best man didn't show up for the reception. I was an usher in the wedding. I'll have some pictures in the blog. But as the usher and as a good friend of the groom, I ended up giving a toast for the bride and groom. That was disappointing. But then the DJ who was there, as he was releasing tables to go get their meal because it was a buffet, he said everyone but John can go, and there was kind of a chuckle because I'm a big guy and I was one of the bigger guys. Although I don't know if I was, I probably was the biggest guy there, but not by much. It was said about me because I have a good sense of humor. I'm a tough guy. I can take it. But it was brought to my attention, and I kind of felt weird about it. And I wasn't sure why, but it was brought to my attention that some of my close friends were very upset with the DJ. Some people who care about me greatly were very upset with the DJ for basically assuming that I would go up and eat. You know, the joke was, oh, John has to go last because we want to leave food for everyone else. Well, this DJ didn't know me. He just looked at me and assumed that. And that was really hurtful to my self-esteem. Although he is not as tall as I am, he was in way worse shape than I am. So I didn't really feel that bad because of the source. But it still was a source of contention. And it bothers me, but it doesn't dispirit me. I've actually thought about it, let it roll around in my brain quite a bit, and maybe that's part of it. Is I've probably spent too much time thinking about it. But I've started thinking about it because I knew I wanted to talk about it, and I'm at a loss for words. I've used so many words in the last day and a half, both typing and speaking, that perhaps I've just used them all. But I really, really think that's what we're all afraid of. All of us that are fat. We're going to get called out as the fat person. I was called out. I didn't really care. I just felt weird about it. I knew something was awry, but I really didn't put my finger on it until it was brought to my attention. And I honestly was more focused on the bigger issue, in my humble estimation, of the missing best man. But that same night, you know, I ate some lasagna, and the funny thing was, is my friends brought me plates of food. I didn't move. Which it's awesome to have friends that are that cool. That they got me food before they got themselves anything. And I had more plates than I could eat brought to me. It's awesome to have people that love you that much. I can't even begin to tell you how awesome those people are. I am so blessed. But anyway, that's what I really wanted to get to, is people will say stuff like that. People will call us out, and they were just words. The thing that hurts us is when we start to believe in them. That somehow the fact that we are fat or we have let ourselves go makes us a terrible person. Being fat, overweight, out of shape means I'm not the person I want to be, and I'm less than the person I can be. But it doesn't make me a bad person. It simply means I'm not living up to my full potential. Now, in some greater, higher scheme, depending on what your belief system is, maybe that does make me a bad person, but there are a lot worse things. I'm not going to go into them because we know what they are. We see them every day on the news. We hear about them all the time. People that do terrible, terrible things that are much worse than this. Oh, there is one other thing I wanted to talk about, and this is the mayor of New York said you cannot sell, I believe it is regular like soda or high sugar drinks in more than 16 ounces, maximum size. And I heard on the radio, and I wish I would have written down who did the study. They said that they did a study where they grabbed the receipts of people coming in and out of these restaurants, and the ones that had bought full-size sodas, full fat, full sugar sodas, the non-diet stuff like a regular, cola. They would buy more of them and would walk out of the store with more calories than they did before the law went into effect. So in other words, when they passed this law to try and control you and your diet, the average person actually walks out with more calories, and in that case it's refined sugar, which is not a real good thing, than they would have if they just let people make their own decisions. I think there's a lesson there, and that lesson is not what people are thinking. I'm not talking about the government. I think it ties into that whole concept of the guy who was making fun of me or making a joke at my expense about the food. I had more food than I could eat had I sat down to eat it all. The result of that was not what was intended. The result of what was when people try to tell you don't do this. And so what I'm saying is, if you're one of the people who is like me, trying to get your life better, trying to get healthy, trying to eat right, support those people who are doing the same thing. But don't go trying to shove it in other people's faces. The results will probably be the opposite. And if we're trying to be supportive of each other, which I don't know if you are or not, I am. I'm trying to support people who do what I'm doing. I try to be supportive of people as much as I can. I try to fight that selfish John that wants everything for himself and wants his way all the time. I try to fight that, and it's a battle sometimes. You're not really supporting someone who is going to go the opposite way, or who's going to running away from your message. So if they're not ready to pursue a healthy lifestyle, don't chase them down and beat them to death with a healthy stick. Okay? You might just kill them. And that's not what we're here for. Anyway, I'm rambling on because it's late. I'm tired. I've got to get up in like 5 or 6 hours, something like that. Mad love from the big guy. Hopefully your week will go great. I'm hoping to get a lot of that last week of schoolwork done early in the week. We'll see how that goes. I suspect tomorrow night I'm going to work out and sleep, and then Tuesday we'll try and hit hardcore the schoolwork to get it done, so I'm not doing this next Sunday night. All right, mad love. Make a great week. Okay, it's Friday. I took the day off because I'm in a wedding tonight, but we all know how the receptions go. Probably have high carb food, and probably have a drink of beer or maybe a drink. I'm not going to go crazy, but I will have a drink or two. So I had to make sure that after I got my research paper researched, which I did, and went and got my tux picked up, which it took a while because I'm standing up in the wedding. That's why I'm wearing a tux. That I got a workout in, which I just finished, and I just looked at the time and I'm thinking, wow, pushing it kind of late. I need to cool down. Then I'm going to get in the shower. Then I basically have to head over. It's not far away. It's only 5 minutes from here, so it's not too bad, but I'm still going to have to rush a little bit. Of course, once I get there, I know how it goes. Being an usher in the wedding, I have basically to show up at 3, and it starts at 5:30. I know it's a Friday, getting married. It's odd. But hey, I'm full of odd people and thoughts. But anyway, that's what's going on. This is the only note I've had this week, I think, because quite honestly, I have been buried under work and extra activities. So tomorrow I'm going to the Wright Pat Air Force Museum, or the U.S. Air Force Museum, and I hope to take some video there. It's going to be a lot of walking tomorrow, which is outstanding. I won't have a regular workout, but I will have a lot of walking, so I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully you're making a great day, and I will talk to you then. Well, it's just after the reception. It's I don't know, it's 10 o'clock at night, 10:30 at night. I got to get up tomorrow, and the nieces and nephew are going to Wright-Patt Air Force Base, or Air Force, excuse me, we're going to the National Air Force Museum tomorrow. So I got to get back and get some sleep. I didn't eat too much. What we ate was we had lasagna and salad, and that's what there was. So that's what I had at the reception. But on the other hand, I did dance to LMFAO, a couple songs, so we burned some calories there. I did get the workout in before I went to the wedding, which was kind of brutal, but it's all good stuff. I'm gonna go home, get some sleep, and you'll see me tomorrow at the Air Force Museum.